Well, do you know the 70% of all clicks on Amazon happen only on page one? As a new seller on Amazon, you do not get to organically rank on page one. Let's think about a scenario wherein as a new product seller on Amazon, one day you find your product on page one, front and center in front of all the high intent buyers who are looking for your product on Amazon right now. We do that by looking at different metrics within our campaign manager, which talks about what are the spend, what is the impressions, what are the clicks, what is the sales, what is the ACOS. I'd recommend start with low budgets, $8, $10, $15 per day. It is also important not to crowd your manual campaigns with lots of keywords. There's a tendency, which we see a lot, wherein a lot of sellers add 20, 25, 30 keywords to one campaign. Typically what ends up happening is only 2 or 3 keywords take up all the spend. You don't know which keywords will work well for you. You don't know what bid prices will work well for you. You don't know what budgets are going to work well for you. So do not set up. There is something in manual campaigns which is called negative keywords. These are the keywords which are irrelevant to your product, but Amazon is still spending money on these keywords. It is a powerhouse tool in the arsenal for all Amazon sellers. Well, do you know the 70% of all clicks on Amazon happen only on page one? And Amazon Ads is what helps you reach on page one as a new Amazon seller. So let's discuss about what is Amazon PPC, what are the benefits, how can you use it as a new seller to reach page one, and some pro tips. Let's talk. So what is Amazon PPC? Amazon PPC stands for Amazon Pay Per Click. Pay per click is kind of ads which we use to promote our products. Consider Amazon PPC as your own personal bullhorn on the Amazon marketplace. You can use that to show your products on page one. As a new seller on Amazon, you do not get to organically rank on page one, but using Amazon PPC, you can rank on page one on the sponsored section and try to get some more clicks. There are 3 kinds of Amazon PPC ads: Amazon sponsored products, Amazon brand campaigns, and Amazon sponsored display campaigns. Sponsored product, sponsored brand, and sponsored display. Now let's talk about the benefits of Amazon PPC. So what are the benefits of Amazon PPC? Let's think about a scenario wherein as a new product seller on Amazon, one day you find your product on page one, front and center in front of all the high intent buyers who are looking for your product on Amazon right now. What'll happen? Start getting sales. Well, as a new Amazon seller, it cannot happen organically, but using Amazon PPC or Amazon Ads, this can definitely happen. That is the magic of Amazon PPC. We can also use Amazon PPC to be able to get a laser focused audience. We can do very in-depth targeting, for example, using keywords, using product targeting, using category targeting. We can get lot specific in terms of which kind of audience do we want to show our ads to, or Amazon PPC ads to. We can also use Amazon PPC to be able to get very specific results. So we can see that, okay, what are the kind of people who are clicking on the campaigns? What were the number of clicks? What were the number of impressions? Did we get any sales? If yes, how many sales did we get out of it? And if we got sales, what was the profitability? So as to measure profitability on Amazon, the most important metric which we have to look at is ACOS. That stands for advertising cost of sales. The 3 most important benefits of Amazon PPC. Number 1, we can use Amazon PPC to reach on page 1 or top of page 1 and show our product and try to get sales. Number 2, we can target our Amazon PPC in a way that we don't waste our spend. So how do we target? We target using keywords, using different targeting techniques like category targeting or product targeting. And number 3, we measure the results which we get from Amazon PPC to be able to try to improve our sales and our profitability. How do we do that? We do that by looking at different metrics within our campaign manager, which talks about what are the spend, what is the impressions, what are the clicks, what is the sales, what is the ACOS, etc., etc. So these are some of the benefits of Amazon PPC. Okay, now let's talk about how does Amazon PPC work. So The way it works is that there are two options. One is that you can use some automatic campaigns, or second option is that you can use some manual campaigns. In automatic campaigns, you let Amazon decide what kind of keywords, what kind of audience or what kind of search terms do they want our ad to be shown on. And on the other hand, in manual campaigns, you decide what kind of keywords, what kind of audiences do you want to show your ad to. If you want to start with manual campaigns, I'll recommend starting with automatic campaigns for sure, because it is easier to be able to manage that, easier to get started in Amazon PPC world. Once you've started with Amazon automatic campaigns, what you can do next is you can start with Amazon manual campaigns. For manual campaigns, what is the process? Let's talk. To set up a manual campaign on Amazon PPC, the first thing that you need to do is you need to define which product are you going to advertise for. Once you've defined the product or the SKU which you're going to advertise for, what the next step which you have to do is you have to find the keywords which are most likely to get you sales. How do you find keywords? There are a lot of tools online which are Amazon keyword research tools like Helium 10, Merchant Words, Selix. There are a lot of online tools. You can start with the free version. Once you start getting benefit from it, you should move on to the paid version. Definitely it helps in giving you better keywords once you move on to the paid version, so I'll recommend that highly. Once you've done the keyword research, use those keywords to feed into the manual campaign. And then the next step, the third step, is to be able to decide what are the bids, what are the budgets. I'd recommend start with low budgets, $8, $10, $15 per day, and set up the bids to be what Amazon is recommending to start with. That is a suggested bid. As and when you're seeing good results, that is sales coming in, at that point of time, you should start increasing the budget. When you're starting with low budget of $10, $15, $20, it is also important not to crowd your manual campaigns with lots of keywords. There's a tendency, which we see a lot, wherein a lot of sellers add 20, 25, 30 keywords to one campaign. Typically what ends up happening is only 2 or 3 keywords take up all the spend, and the rest of the keywords are not able to get any spend at all. So that's why when we're starting with low budget campaigns, we should have shallow campaigns. We should have only 2, 3, 4, 5 keywords in it, nothing more than that, so that most of the keywords which are there in the campaign should be able to get enough budget. Once you've set up the bid prices, set up the budgets, start the campaign. As soon as you start the campaign, you'll be able to start seeing results. Some kinds of clicks are coming in, impressions are happening, sales are happening. So you have to look at those results very carefully, tweak the campaigns depending upon the numbers which you're seeing. And once you start getting sales, most important factor to look at is advertising cost of sales, or ACoS. I'll repeat, the steps for creating a manual campaign are: number 1, you first decide which product you're going to advertise. Number 2, you're going to start looking at the keywords. You have to decide which keywords you have to go for, which you have to advertise for. Number 3, you have to define your budget and bid for the campaign. Once you're done with that, the last step is you can start the campaign and start monitoring the campaign on a regular basis. At least every other day, I would recommend look at the campaign and see, depending upon what are the metrics, what are the numbers telling you, on the basis of that, optimize the campaign. Next, let's talk about some pro tips. I have 4 really important tips for you. Number 1, do your keyword research pretty well. It's extremely important to do meticulous keyword research, because these are the keywords on which you're going to spend money. If the relevancy of the keyword is not very good, if the keyword search volume is not very good, there's no point spending hundreds of dollars on those keywords. So number 1, do your keyword research very well. That's extremely important. Number 2, get started with campaigns which are shallow. It should not have tons and tons of keywords. These campaigns should not have hundreds of dollars of daily budget, because at this moment of time, you don't know which keywords will work well for you. You don't know what bid prices will work well for you. You don't know what budgets are going to work well for you. So do not set up large campaigns with hundreds of keywords with $100 of daily budget. Set up smaller campaigns. You might set up 2, 3, 4, 5 campaigns, but definitely start with smaller campaigns with less number of keywords and less amount of budget. As you see these keywords and these campaigns are working well, feel free to increase the budget. Feel free to increase the bid prices. Tip number 3. Very important thing is Once you start the campaign, don't just let it run on autopilot mode. You have to go back in the campaigns, you have to look at the results, and you have to tweak the campaigns according to the results which you see. If you're not seeing very good results, decrease the budgets, change the keywords, change the bid prices. If you're seeing good results, increase the budgets, increase the bid prices, create some more campaigns which are similar to these. So you have to definitely look at the results and you have to tweak the campaigns according to the performance which you're getting. Fourth, last but not the least, there is something in manual campaigns which is called negative keywords. You definitely need to look at what are the negative keywords and add negative keywords. The easiest way to look at negative keywords is go ahead and export a search term report for your automatic campaigns. Look at the search terms which are irrelevant to your product. These are the keywords which are irrelevant to your product, but Amazon is still spending money on these keywords. Extract those keywords or those search terms, add them as negative exact match in your automatic campaigns, and if you think that these are extremely irrelevant keywords, add them as negative keywords in your manual campaigns as well. So these 4 tips for you, I'll repeat once again: do your keyword research very well. That's extremely important. Number 2, create shallow campaigns with low number of keywords and low budget. And number 3 is look at the metrics and optimize your campaigns on the basis of the metrics. And 4th, last but not the least, look at negative keywords, look at keywords which are not relevant to your product and add them as negative keywords in your campaigns so that you can get the best bang for your buck. Okay, let's conclude. Amazon PPC, which stands for Amazon Pay-Per-Click Ads, is a powerhouse tool in the arsenal for all Amazon sellers. Can you make do without that? It is extremely difficult to be able to succeed on Amazon without using Amazon PPC. So you definitely need to use Amazon PPC. How to use Amazon PPC? Today we have given you a brief intro in how to use that. What is Amazon PPC? What are the different types? I've given you some pro tips as well. Now, I would highly recommend to go ahead and get started on creating your first set of campaigns on Amazon. If you want help on creating Amazon campaigns, I'd recommend getting started with Amazon automatic campaigns. But if you think that you would rather want to choose to get more freedom in terms of what kind of keywords you want to choose, what kind of budgets, bid prices you want to set up, then you should definitely go for Amazon manual campaigns. We are creating these kind of short videos for Amazon sellers, which are not overwhelming and extremely long, but at the same point of time help in getting the concept. And if you would like to see more such short videos, click subscribe below. Thank you so much and happy selling on Amazon.